just the beginning, baby. This is the alpha and the omega.
Britain's favourite eligible bachelor is back. Woo! He's a man in demand and living the good life.
Love you, Australia.
He's taking his music to a new level.
You've got to be on it. You can't be average. You've got to be sharp.
And loving just being a dad.
I feel like Mrs. Doubtfire. Okay, not exactly.
Coming up in tonight's episode.
I've been in pain for about 10 minutes. I've just called the doctor.
Pete gets to the bottom of his recent problems.
I'd like to do 2 stool tests to look for infections.
He's moved on with his life, but it's not always easy.
Now I've been told that I am going to court, and it is tomorrow, definitely.
And prepares for what could be one of Britain's biggest celebrity court cases.
Kind of a tough situation because you want to say so much, but you can't.
It's the beginning of October and Pete's in London trying to promote his new album. However, all the press want to talk about is the upcoming court case. Try as they might, regardless of what the journalists ask, due to legal restrictions on the court case, Peter cannot discuss the details.
What about obviously the stuff that's been going on this week? How do you feel about sort of getting involved in that and hearing about that?
What do you mean, what are you talking about?
With this case this week. Not the specifics of it, but just the concept of, you know, some people could argue, why not draw a line on it and be, you know, say, okay, you say what you say, I say what I say, and just stay out of it. Do you ever feel like that, or do you feel...
You just can't answer anything to do with it. I'm sorry, it's just... nothing.
Can you not talk about the not specifics of it, just how he feels about why?
But then he is still talking about why, you know, he's done what he's done and she's done what she's done.
Well, you know, they can ask me what they like, but I know what to say and what not to say. You know, I'm pretty determined of what not to say. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, and there's things I'm not allowed to talk about anyway. And I don't want to talk about it.
Later that day, Pete tries to forget the case and heads to the studio in Gravesend. Pete's album is finished, but today he's singing on a bonus track with one of Britain's hottest upcoming producers, Joe Perry, who also worked with Pete on his latest album.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm up for going out to getting me.
Don't be so American almost on the me. Be more E, do you know what I mean?
Me.
Get a me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Going out to get a me. I've never worked like this before. I've never done an album like this before, so where, you know, we have like one album exclusive for Asda, one album exclusive for Tesco's, and then the standard album that you can buy in both, and then specific iTunes packages. I mean, we've never done this before, so I'm really thrilled that we're going a different direction, and the music's very different. It's current, everything's up to date, and I think we've definitely moved a step forward. We need to get the party started. Been working, now it's time to play. This Jack is ready for some dancing.
Right, just be a little bit more laid back on it.
Okay.
Pete's very, very good in the studio. He's very, very good at taking direction. If he's not singing it the right way, you tell him to sing it more like this, and the next take is doing it, which is a rarity. You don't always get that a lot.
Hi, Joe. Let's go.
Wait, I've got to load up the
Oh,
session.
for crying out loud.
I'm eager.
I'm an eager beaver today.
much.
She's trying to act all cash, but she's got one sleeve hanging down as if to say, I'm sexy, but I'm trying not to be sexy. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, do you actually think that of me?
No.
Don't say it then.
Have you got any single friends, Joe?
Any single friends for Pete?
Oh, look, don't spend an hour thinking about it, love.
Well, do you know what?
What?
I have. They would all go out of you for the wrong reasons. Do you want people like that?
Yeah, for a few days. No, I'm just
I know
joking.
a model who would definitely.
Okay, you got a picture?
Yeah.
I've got friends that are girls, been out on a few dates,
Yeah.
and, you know, I know them. And then, you know, not saying things don't happen, it's just that...
Well, then why do you need anything else?
Because you don't allow
just
a
need
lot.
to wait for the
You don't
right
allow a lot of
person.
things to happen because you think it doesn't go further than that. So then you think, well, you can't be just.
But if you really liked him, then it would go further than that, wouldn't it? I think you just got to stop thinking about it, man.
Thinking about what?
Like, you don't need to be with anybody.
True.
As soon as you're happy not being with anybody, you'll meet the right person. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not bothered. But you can still show me that picture.
Pete's worked hard all day and it's time now for the other love in his life.
I'm gonna get a coffee. I need it. Honestly, I've got, and I need to feel, but I'm feeling. So I need a bit of to go, because at the moment, gotta get it on. My favorite song. Gotta get it on. I got to get it on. Let's go. Hello. Is that a boyfriend? Listen, shall we just complete?
Coffee break over, it's back to the studio.
About to do the second verse, that one little bit in the chorus, and we're done. I'm your defender. I keep going through that in my head because I've got to perform it next week.
Where are you performing it next week?
Strictly Come Dancing.
Oh, wicked!
10 million viewers.
Oh.
That is going to rock the house. And great because it's a dance-based song, you know, as in routines, and we're on a show about dancing. Fantablo.
That is big.
Yes, that's great news.
Yeah.
Gravesend's a quiet place, but Pete's presence has attracted some attention and the police have been called to the scene.
Is that it? Yeah! Thank you, babe.
Sung really well today.
Before the schoolgirls get too excited, the police step in to offer a hand.
Just trying to get Pete to leave the studio, and he went out for a coffee earlier, as he loves these coffees, and someone saw him and told everybody. And now we have a crowd.
And the Gravesend Massive has just appeared. Right? We've got these wonderful officers who have come to assist in the situation.
Thankfully for Pete, the police are more than happy to help the pop star all the way across the road.
This place rocks, man. I'm a Gravesend fan now, that's it.
Wonder Man.
Pete's day is not over yet as he's having Warren from his record company and his family round for dinner. As Pete puts on the pasta, he's just got enough time to muck around with the kids.
Right, where are you?
We're hiding upstairs, I think.
How are they? I wonder what's going on up here. You better go hiding, because I'm coming to find you. Now, this is the boys' room, so it should be just boys in here. Oh, there's a girl in here. And look who we find over there. Oh, I see. It's just you two in here, is it? Excuse me, young man. All I can see is a poor little baby's head sticking out of it all. You're all supposed to be in bed. What's going on? Oh, man. Madness, this house. But you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. I love it. I love it being full of life. How come? He was in the room with... Right. You know what? Some people say you work. When you come home, why don't you just do nothing? I can't. I need life. I love life. I feel like Mrs. Doubtfire. Okay, not exactly. Hey, dude, what have you been, sparring 12 rounds or something? What's going on with you? Excuse me, why is your top off as well? What's going on with my kids? Vista?
Who's on my feet?
Oh, love it. Honestly, I feel like I'm one of those people that's going to have 20, 30 kids when I'm older, and, you know, like, me and my wife are going to be, we're not, you know, not adopting, but it's almost like going to be a foster home, like just kids everywhere. Then I'm going to rehearse, believe it or not, late tonight. Just practice Defender, because we're doing, I know it sounds really pathetic, I should be just chilling, but we've got the Strictly Come Dancing performance and I want to be ready, so.
And Pete needs all the practice he can get. Coming up, will the court case ever happen?
Frustrating.
And has Pete lost his appetite?
Piece of toast? No, but I feel like a piece of shit.
It's the 8th of October and Pete's in London for a first look at his latest music video, Defender. It's a big release for Pete because it's the first single off his Accelerate album.
So I'm here at the video, the editing suite. I'm going to check the first draft of the video. I am going to be fussy about it because the dancing has to be on point. It's got to be ultra sharp. So, you know, I will probably, you know, say a few things. I have to think, I'm going to be open-minded, but I have to think worst case scenario and then make it better and better. So I'm going to go in there and check it out. It's only the first draft, so I'll be back very soon. Okay, let's do it.
The video features a heavily choreographed dance performance, and it's the first time Pete's done anything like this in 15 years, so it's vital for it to be right.
When you lost your heart, and it seems the opposition is getting stronger.
As there's so much riding on this release, Pete's joined by his manager Neville, Warren and Graham from the record label, and Min, the head of the production company.
I know you met a lot of guys with super egos, but I'ma save your heart like a superhero.
It seems the video's first cut is not quite right.
That dance routine should have done less cuts in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah? You know what I mean? And that element should breathe.
It needs to be edited almost as a dance, as an instructional routine.
Exactly.
With the pace still. That's the balance that we've got to find.
How many freestyle moves did those dancers do?
Loads, but I didn't know how much.
So, you know, why can't you drop in on...
Are you okay with that?
I am, because I think...
So the thing is,
people want to watch the video.
If you nail the bridge with the dance routine, then do what you want. Do you know what I mean? Because you've got the essence of it.
I agree,
yeah?
I agree. Yeah. I don't care how often I'm in and how often I'm out, as long as you're getting all those dances, that routine is... Because when I'm doing the TVs, I'm going to blow them away, because I know the routine now.
And every time the world comes crashing down, if you need a shoulder, baby, I'm around. I'll be your defender.
The video ends with the dancers performing a daring jump. But the timing's not right.
If two of them in time, all the rest are out of time.
I think you're worrying too much, and I think people know this.
I'm sorry, I've got to disagree, because there's people who are into dance now more than they've ever been in their lives.
But if people are into dance, they'll recognise that that's pretty damn impossible to time that.
But if you get any of the greats and you watch their videos, there's no excuse.
Yeah,
They're all sharp.
I think Pete's right. I think if Jackson did this now, or could,
there'd be no way.
Those 6 dancers or 8 dancers would be absolutely 100% in time.
And at times they are. Now with dance, you're competing with the best. That's the problem. Is everyone's into dance now, so we've got to be super sharp.
Shots.
But mate, you guys have got some incredible shots, and it's going to be great. Now dance is a big thing again, and you've got to be on it. You can't be average. You've got to be sharp. So they're working on it. It's, you know, we probably annoyed them a bit because they've been working so hard. But at the end of the day, I saw the video and I was like, there's times where I went yes, and then I'd go, oh no, can't have that. So it's got to be tight. And we're working on it, and it's going to be brilliant. I'm telling you, it's going to be brilliant.
Over the past year, Peter Andre has been involved in legal action against his ex-wife over allegations she made in the press and during a recording of a TV show. Today he's at home waiting on an important phone call to hear if he's to appear in court this week. He's taking his mind off things by practicing the dance routine for his debut single, which he'll be performing at the weekend on Strictly Come Dancing. The show will be Pete's biggest television performance in years.
It's not bad for a 48-year-old bricklayer from Dagenham.
I've got it now in my head.
It's done.
All I need to do is keep practicing it so that on the nights...
Do you know it?
Yeah, it's in my head now. It's just a matter of it...
Could you do it without the music?
Yeah?
Go on. It's gonna be funny.
Yeah.
No singing. I'll just tap a beat.
I'll tap a beat. I've got to...
Do it in your head.
I'm marching to a beat. How can I not tap when I'm marching?
Yeah, well, go in time with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, now we're getting the beat. Good man.
Yeah,
he knows it. I think he's ready. He's ready. He's all right.
Right, so should we order out tonight?
Yeah. Tie?
No, I'm going to go casual. What we could do is...
You idiot.
Thank you.
That's pretty good. That's not bad.
Thank you.
After a quick shower, Pete gets a phone call from his manager, Neville, with an update from the lawyers.
What's going on, boss? Okay, mate. All right, buddy. Thanks a lot. Bye. No court tomorrow. Frustrating. Now we're going to go and... meet with the lawyers tomorrow at 11 o'clock, so... So frustrating.
It's Tuesday the 12th of October and Pete's in London. The court case is in the hands of the lawyers and it's uncertain whether it'll go ahead, so today he's meeting with his legal team to find out.
4 days ago, I was supposed to be in court. Here I am 4 days later, still going to lawyers' meetings. They're all talking amongst each other. It's a bit mad, actually. I guess I'm still in the courting phase. It's not very funny, really, is it? But you know, you got to kind of make humour out of. Well, I don't know if that's the right word to say, but always look on the bright side of life. I can't whistle. I hate that. Always look on the bright side of life. And I'm just about to go in now and see what the situation is. I've had happier moments, but hey, what can one do? Got the Nev with me. I've got to say, you know, Neville's been a pillar of strength through a lot of stuff when it's come to the legal side. He's a rock, man. That guy is there. He supports you. He pushes through. And a lot of people might say, well, yeah, your management, you know, they get paid to... Well, no, I'm sorry, he doesn't. He doesn't get paid to sit in lawyers' meetings with me for hours and hours on end. The lawyers get paid. He don't get paid. And, you know, and he does it because he cares. He gives a shit. And, you know, and I respect that. I really... As much as Neville can be abrupt and he can be this, Neville's got a heart of gold. And he's stuck by me and he's helped me a lot. See you in a couple of hours. Goodbye, my lovers.
2 hours later, and Pete's got some news.
It's still ongoing today. So we're if we were 80% closer to a decision, we're 82% closer to a decision. We're not going to know till later today. So that's it, really.
It's been a difficult 2 weeks for Pete and his team. They should have been in full promotion for his upcoming single. However, the court case has come first and the promotion has all but stopped. So Pete heads to the management office for a meeting. On arrival, it's clear something is wrong.
Dude, I'm in absolute pain. I've been in pain for about 10 minutes. I've just called the doctor.
Right.
Where my kidneys are, man, I can't even...
When did that start?
About 10 minutes ago.
Just came on out of nowhere?
Really bad pain, yeah.
Okay.
I've just rung him and left a message, so I don't know what it is.
Right.
I almost had to pull over.
Can you move or not?
Well, I haven't tried, but it really, really hurts.
Right, then I've got his PA's number, so why don't I try and give her a ring?
I've never had that before.
Hang on a minute.
Jesus, man, I don't know where that's come from. Oh.
Yeah, do you want a cup of coffee?
No, I need this to go away.
Do you want some water?
No, thanks.
Piece of toast?
No, but I feel like a piece of shit. But I can still walk. It's like a stabbing pain.
Well, let's try and get it sorted.
As it's a big week for Pete, Nicola has no choice but to send him home to rest. It's not the first time Pete's had health worries, as recently he sought help from his doctor.
Somebody call for a doctor. I think I'm sick.
But it's not the doctor's appointment that's troubling Peter.
I want to settle down with someone. I really do. I really want to meet the, like, I've dated girls, I'm not with anyone, but here's the thing. A big part of me wants to settle down, and I mean settle down as in someone that can take on all the baggage, but it's just knowing, it's finding that love, finding that absolutely this is it, And I want that. I really want that. I'm ready. In my head, I feel like I'm ready, or maybe in my heart, I feel like I'm ready. But they've got to be right for my kids. They've got to be right for me. I've got to be right for them, obviously. And I want it to knock me off my feet. I want it to be like, this is it.
I call a doctor and tell him I'm down. Call a doctor.
At the doctor's, and Pete straight into the examination room.
Just rest your hands down by your sides. Not sore.
No, it's sensitive, but it's not.
You're not going to jump up and hit me?
No.
Not that sore. Deep breath for me. And down. So what I think we need to do is we need to do an ultrasound scan, look at your liver. We need to set a blood test.
Yeah.
To look.
You do that if you don't need to go.
Oh, you take the pod away, and then when you do go, you do.
Oh, I don't have to do it now.
You don't have to do it now.
I was wondering that. I'm thinking.
We don't expect you to produce on demand.
Well, this is where I was getting confused. I'm thinking I just don't need to go to the bathroom.
No, that's okay. You can get somebody to drop that back in.
I'll do it personally.
Yes, I thought you might. And a blood test. She's going to fill lots and lots.
I mean, now that is a shit job.
The stool test or the blood test?
It's someone bringing it in for you.
Yeah. That would be a really difficult thing to have to live with. Let's go around and just sort this stuff out for you and see if that's all they want you to do. I know you're trying to leave the form for the stool test behind, but you're not going to get away with it.
Oh, right. Is that what it was? Blood test, is it?
Yeah.
Bring it on.
There we are, all done.
Thank you.
Press nice and hard. Thank you. Get down backwards. Thank you.
As Pete heads in for a scan, it seems the doctors have finally found the cause of his recent health problems.
What they have found is a stone, and I didn't think I would have that. I think he said it's this thing here, which is a stone. I knew something wasn't quite right. It kind of made sense because I'm thinking, my stomach's sensitive, I don't feel comfortable, I get tired. Do you know what I mean? But it's nothing compared to bigger problems. So when you think of that, I think millions of people go through this, you know, it's nothing, not the end of the world, so it's cool.
Peter was diagnosed with a gallstone and will require further tests, but for now, he's got the all clear. Coming up, Pete's ready for the High Court.
I am going to court, and it is tomorrow, definitely.
And gets ready for one of the biggest performances of his life.
I really want it to be amazing. It's like my whole mind's on it now to make this special.
It's morning in London and dancer auditions are being held for Pete's upcoming arena tour, Accelerate. Securing a place on the tour is no mean feat, as over 160 dancers have been auditioning all day for the 10 spots available. Producer Gary and choreographer Kenrick have managed to whittle them down into smaller groups. Pete pops in to make the final cut.
I'm coming. Hi everyone.
We're going to do this in groups of 4, so if you all want to come over this side.
I hope they all like the song, otherwise we're screwed.
Guys, at this stage it will be a phone call, so we'll let you know. But thanks so much for your patience and all your hard work today. Thank you.
Thank you. They're the only two that really stood out for me, and then he's got these two that he said are really good.
These girls, I think they can work.
She can move, I have to admit.
There's something about her. She's a lot of sex appeal, and she's got a nice flow. Yeah, she right now stands out for me. Okay. Just in her presence.
I'm cool with that. The two that stand out to me are these two, man.
To the boys. Who's that?
I'm gonna have to let you.
The girls' auditions have taken longer than expected, and the studio time has run out before they've seen the boys, pushing Pete and his team to the only space available. And it's not big.
Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the toilet.
So the dancers will have to audition in twos.
Thank you very much, guys, for coming down.
Thank you.
I have to say, the guys stood out a lot more for me today in sharpness, and I'm just being honest.
I'm not concerned about the sharpness. I'm concerned about, 1, the choreography needs to be right. 2, the personality needs to be there, because if it's 6 boys and 4 girls, all of them have to have personality and have to have an individualness.
That's why I was a little bit different with the girls. But I thought the image had to be sort of important, their facial expressions, all that, because the girls add a different element. The guys, to me, just have to be super sharp, and yeah, they've got to have personality, but the girls, you're going to use them in different parts of the show. They're not necessarily for all those. They might be for those routines, But I look at the guys different to how I look at the girls.
They've got to work with you as well.
Absolutely. So I'm going to leave you guys now. Have a great night. And I don't want to be in that position at all.
Pete leaves the final decision to producer Gary as he has more pressing concerns.
I can't wait till you're gone away. 'Cause then I can move on.
The following day, and Pete's back in London for another big meeting with his legal team.
Now I've been told that I am going to court, and it is tomorrow, definitely. It's all a bit just sort of everywhere. But I'm waiting to see now what's going to happen. So until then, I guess I'm...
Pete has arranged to meet his manager Claire at the lawyers to finalise plans for what will be one of the most talked about celebrity court cases in recent history. Yet another legal meeting finishes in London. Pete returns to his house to wait for further news. The uncertainty of the past fortnight appears to be over. At home, Peter Andre is ready to go to court. It's the 14th of October and the court date has arrived. At the management office, Claire has got some important news.
I went to Pete's this morning early to go to court, and we got there and said that we weren't going. So not that I'm going to go into all the details about it, but yeah, we're not going to court this side of the year. So I'm very, very pleased about that, because it now means that we've all got our lives back.
Yeah, sure. You
all of the press are calling now to sort of, you know, what can we do with Pete? Can we go on a signing? Can we do this? Can we do the other? So it is like full steam ahead, and it's great, isn't it, Nick?
Yep, excellent.
Manic, but
good.
But fantastic.
Definitely. We'll focus on it all now. Push on with it.
Now that the court case has been postponed, Pete can finally get back to work, as he now must prepare for the biggest performance of his career.
Walk, tap, tap, walk, tap, walk.
Straight away I've walked in, I've seen them dancing, and I've got the bug. I want to dance.
This weekend, Pete is debuting his latest single on one of Britain's biggest shows, Strictly Come Dancing, and he's been allowed to perform with his own dancers.
Yeah, apparently it's the first time Strictly have allowed an artist to bring their own dancers, so I'm pretty stoked, and I'm really grateful.
When Pete doing the Strictly show, it's just a huge thing for him, so people can see what a performer Pete is, the song, the moves, just the whole show put together. You've got to get it exactly right, vocal and performance. It's huge for Pete, it really is.
I'm always nervous about live TV, never ever nervous about getting on stage and singing live in front of thousands, but always nervous about live TV because they hear every little breath, and you got to imagine some people aren't watching it, they're just listening. So your vocals have got to be spot on.
Peter prefers to sing live whenever he can, but he's concerned that the dance routine will put him out of breath and harm the performance.
Well, I've got to be careful how much I do because I'm singing live. And well, I mean, all that's easy. All, bang, that I'll be your defender. That's all I'm going to do. And you're under attack. Bang. It's just stuff like that. That's it. Yeah. Don't push me away. Rather than don't push me, because I can't do. There's certain things that'll make me out of breath.
Not wanting to waste any time, perfectionist Pete tests out the mic.
I can work around it. It's just whether you're going to hear the breaths or not. And if you are...
The breathiness of it tomorrow might be overcome with the correct mic placement, with a really good microphone, which they've got down there anyway.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, of course, you want it to be brilliant, of course, but such a great opportunity that
just grateful I'm doing it, really, to be honest. Hopefully this is going to rock tomorrow night. I really hope so. I really want it to be amazing. It's like my whole mind's on it now to make this special.
It's the morning of one of Pete's most important television performances, and Mr. Andre wants to look his best.
I think, you know, you're kind of preparing yourself for the day. You do what you have to do. I like leaving a bit of growthage here. Everything's in preparation of getting you feeling ready for your performance, you know?
Yes, Tim.
And I know last week Robbie performed on there, and the week before it was Robbie and Gary. So this week it's me. I'm very honoured.
With his debut performance hours away, it's time to hit the road.
This opportunity will only come once in my life.
Now I'm sitting here a week before release with unbelievable TV plan, unbelievable press coverage, and I'm about to perform on Strictly Come Dancing. I still believe we're going to have great success with this album, I really do. In fact, I actually believe we're going to have more success than the last album.
As he arrives at the BBC,
doing Strictly,
he's straight into the studios and onto the floor.
Here with the exclusive first performance of his new single, it's Peter Andre.
It was great, you know, really was great. And for a first performance with the dancers, live vocals, you know, on a show like that, when you know everyone's watching you every kind of, you know, every breath you take, so to speak, you know, I think we did really, really well. And it looked and sounded great. I'm really, really happy.
Pete may have performed to over 9 million, but is just as excited to have met the show's famous host.
Do you know, it was really nice because I saw Bruce Forsyth, and you know, the first thing he said to me goes, "Oh, hello, nice to see you." And I so wanted to say, "To see you, nice."
Coming up, Pete slips into something a little more comfortable.
It's just...
It's the 19th of October, and fresh from his Strictly performance, Pete and his team are on a high.
Do you know, I'm quite well, Squire. Quite well.
What a gorgeous morning. What is today?
Today's a great day.
Today's a great day.
Today he's at a last-minute photo shoot for the Halloween edition of Fabulous magazine. It's a spooky shoot that plays on the idea of resurrection.
We've got coffins, we've got bones, we've got everything.
The graveyard set will show Peter rising from a coffin, surrounded by a group of onlookers. But there's a twist.
You're going to play all the mourners.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, so you're going to be replicated. So there'll be, I think we're talking about 5 or 6 different mourners. So if you... well, come round here and we'll show you. The white coffin, you're going to be bursting out of it in a white suit, singing into a microphone. And then
I love it.
You're going to be mourning yourself, all like in shock, as you sort of like burst out of this thing.
Fantastic. I love it.
I think it'd be really
I
cool.
love it that it's so different to what we've done before. I absolutely love it. Right. You pick the suit, I'll wear it. I'm happy with anything.
Are you happy with anything?
Honestly.
So,
except a dress. I mean, I have to draw the line.
As you're wearing, as you're being all the mourners, obviously mostly in black suits, will you...
wear a dress?
Yeah, be a female mourner.
Didn't I say I would do anything but wear a dress?
Yeah.
I reckon it could be a laugh.
I think it'll be funny. I think it'll just add that sort of...
But I haven't got great legs though, dude. That's the problem. Tights?
Honestly,
Stop it.
you look fantastic.
Stop it.
While Peter gets used to the idea of putting on a dress, it seems the gentleman in him isn't prepared to reveal all on his secret date last night.
Just had a friend over, had some dinner, hung out.
What did you cook?
Food? No, I made. I will not reveal my recipes on national TV. Let me just tell you something. But it was good. It was good. It was a bit of a date, I guess. Yeah, you could say that. But nice to be able to do that. Nice to be single. Nice to have the freedom to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Promising?
Way too early. Way too early.
Confessions out of the way, it's on with the morbid makeup.
I feel great.
And on with the Halloween humour.
Can you all go and let me rest in peace, please?
Just give me a little bit of Elvis in there.
It's a completely different style of shoot for me, and I think it's quite funny, you know. I think it's a bit of fun. There's nothing too serious. A bit morbid, but then again, I'm becoming resurrected, so I guess it's not morbid, even though it appears to be morbid.
With the main shot in the bag, Pete must now pose as the upset mourners.
It's all a bit of fun, a bit of tongue-in-cheek. Why not?
1, 2, 3. Perfect for the movie.
Something quite special about today. Anyway, bless you, my child, and I'll see you in a moment.
Pete's right, as a mysterious girl is about to make a very special appearance.
I would never, ever have thought that Peter would ever dress up as a woman.
You know what? It's just...
She looks just like them girls in Vogue. I love the way she plays it cool. I think that she is beautiful.
Flick your hair behind your ears like that.
She's so lovely. She's so lovely. She's so lovely.
This is very bizarre, Pete. Flicking your blonde hair.
Do you like it?
No, not at all.
I thought you would come to me last night.
Let's just do a few without the handbag and blowing, you know, and using the tissue. Really cry, baby. Yeah, that's going to look great.
I don't know.
I'm sad and happy today because I lost a brother and gained a sister.
One more sec.
It's a very confusing time right here in the Andre household.
Now the shooter's wrapped, Pete can get out of the heels and head home.
I am tired, and right now I could do with just going home, Discovery, cup of tea, chocolate. Oh, you know.
Coming up on next week's episode, Pete likes to ride his bicycle. The promotion for his new single begins.
This is my brand new single, Defender.
And is the pressure starting to show?
What she said meant more to me.
Next week is the last in the series of the next chapter, so don't miss it. At 11 tonight, Robert De Niro is back running amok after a stint in jail in our film Analyse That. Before that, though, let's see if McKeith is still scared of, well, scared of everything. In I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here Now.